This is Vinny Samra, Impact Financial, and this is your channel about everything finance and money. This video is about final expense and burial insurance. We realized that after COVID-19, people's parents, grandparents that didn't manage COVID very well, it was sad to see, but if you plan for it in advance, that's really the goal of this video. Plan ahead, make sure that you and your family don't bicker or fight over who's going to pay for these expenses, because they are inevitable. All right, so the first thing, what are the free resources out there? What are the free benefits that are available? And the first one is Social Security pays $255 to a surviving spouse. Then you've got VA benefits if you're a veteran. And veterans will get a little bit more, right? So if you're passing away at a VA facility and you're a veteran, you're getting $796 paid to your family. You've got $300 if you pass away outside of a VA facility. You've got some other expenses covered, a government headstone, a burial plot. These things do not cost you anything if you're a veteran, and veterans deserve the best. But that does not amount to much when it comes to the total cost. So cremations are about $7,000. This is according to the National Funeral Directors Association. Then you've got about $10,000 or more if you're talking about a burial. That's a big difference, and there's a big gap. Our recommendation is you look at getting yourself set up with one of the top companies, the best companies out there for burial final expense insurance. We've done our research, we've looked at it. Mutual of Omaha has been around for a long time. Their prices are very competitive, but don't discount some of these other companies as well. You've got Aetna, also a well-known company. Royal Neighbors of America. You've got Liberty Bankers. So some of these companies that you may have heard of or you may not have heard of, but doing your homework, comparing, doing your due diligence, never get one option, always get two or three. And make sure you work with a personal advisor or agent that has access to all these other different companies and can tell you the pros and cons. We see that when we do our research, we're seeing each company has their own specific niche. Certain companies prefer a smoker, certain companies prefer a diabetic. Certain companies prefer someone that had a stroke, but it was over 2 years ago. You might get a better price with a different company that you may have not heard of, but an agent, someone with this experience, will be able to tell you, say, hey, this is the best bang for your buck in your situation. So answering the health questions definitely helps. Now, some companies you want to stay away from. There's a lot of advertising out there in this space, and seniors are susceptible. Most of the people buying this type of product are seniors. They're susceptible to being duped. And one of the ways that this happens is that the mailers come, AARP, Globe Life, these guys will send you these mailers, and you think you're getting a great price, right? But what are the fine print? What are you missing from this? Sometimes something that's too good to be true usually is. And so yes, you might be getting a great price with an AARP or Globe Life, but when you look at the fine print, which we did, we found that the plans expire at a certain age, right? It's usually around 80 years old. So you can pay on it for 10 years, you get past the age of 80, and your plan expires. All the money you paid is gone, right? So you want to stay away from these plans. The other thing is, these plans don't tell you, the fine print reads that there's age band pricing. So you might have set it up at the age of 65, let's say. 5 years later, you hit 70 years old, and now the price goes up 25 to 30%. You're thinking, well, if you're 70 years old, you don't have a lot of money. You may be on a fixed income at that point. You may be retired. You may be getting Social Security or a small pension. You've got bills to pay. And the last thing that you want is prices going up on you on something that you were hoping would give you peace of mind. So do your homework. Again, work with an experienced advisor, because there are plans out there where that is not the case. You might pay a little bit of a higher price in the beginning, but you're going to be happy that you have a fixed price for the rest of your life. TruStage, Lincoln Heritage, they send out agents to your home, and they may give you their options with their companies, but know that these companies typically have an agent that is only working for them. They don't compare other plans for you, so you might not be getting the best possible deal. Always ask your advisor, whoever you're working with, hey, do you work with other companies? Are you a broker? And so that will give you an idea of whether you're working with the right person and a person who's going to give you the best possible value for you and your family. If you found this video helpful, and want to give us some feedback. We really appreciate that. We'd love some ideas. If you have other topics you want us to cover, please comment and smash that subscribe button, because it helps us create more content that's valuable to you, and we'd love to keep the link in the description below. We have a free buying guide that you can download and share with your friends and family, and also the blog link. So we did a deep dive into this entire space, and we found the best rates with the best companies, the pros and cons of the companies maybe you want to avoid as well. And we have a chart in there from a pricing standpoint. So a lot of great detail. And again, any feedback or advice you have for us, we'd love to hear.